What is up? Back here with another YouTube video, and in case you cannot tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my thoughts and opinions on someone or something going on in this wacky weird wrestling world. As you can tell by the title below, this one will be my thoughts and opinions about, in my opinion, a future WWE Hall of Famer, Rhea Ripley. Before I share my thoughts and opinions on her, would love to know what your thoughts are on Rhea Ripley down in the comments below. Do you like her? Do you not like her? Do you see her as a future WWE Hall of Famer, first ballot, headlining act, or otherwise? Would love to know down in the comments below. When it comes to Rhea Ripley, don't get me wrong, I like her in the ring, I like her on the mic. I'm just not necessarily the biggest fan, supporter, mark, whatever terminology you would want to use in regards to her, especially in comparison to other people. I bring up that because I, again, do like her. Is she one of my favorites in WWE, male or female? Yeah, it's just I know that there's other people, whether it's on social media or in real life, that would go out of their way to meet her, that would go out of their way to see her in person. I wouldn't necessarily do that. It would just be a bonus, if that makes sense. The first time I heard about Rhea Ripley was, I think it was one of the Mae Young Classics. I think she was a part of, if I remember right, did the NXT UK, and then eventually I think it was 2019, according to Cage Match, because I brought it up, couldn't remember exactly when, but fall of 2019 she made that transition into NXT UK to NXT a proper NXT US by having the odd match here and there kind of deal. And I remember thinking, oh, I mean this in a good way, someone different. Like, I seen the potential in her, so to speak, and it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, she's good. I don't know for sure what her ceiling would be, but it's like I can definitely see myself liking her within WWE NXT. By, again, she made, according to Cage Match, her NXT US TV debut in September. By December, she won the NXT Women's Championship. And I'm like, by that point, I'm like, yeah, I like Rhea Ripley kind of deal. One of the few bright spots for the NXT Women's division at that time. And for myself personally, it's one of those things where when she did finally beat Shayna Baszler in December of 2019, granted, how she and why she lost the championship at WrestleMania 36, not necessarily what I would have done, but it's also one of those things where she got that opportunity young enough in her WWE career against Charlotte that I think she took that in, I don't know for sure if stride is the right wording, but took that and learned from it. And look at where her career is nowadays. She is not only one of the most popular females WWE has seen in a long time, 4 horsewomen included, like overall, online, in the crowd, like Access, Fan Fest, whatever it's called now, and whatnot. Everybody in between really likes Rhea Ripley, but I would say that she's one of the more popular ones. Again, when it comes to like ticket sales, merch, none of my business, none of, I would say, 99.9% of people's business. But when it comes to crowd reactions, people who would pay the money to go meet her or go see her in person, give her that reaction. And despite all of the, in my opinion, success outside looking in that she's had, by all accounts, she's still really humble about it, really appreciative over the amount of people that would come, fly, drive, however far, just to meet her or just to see her in person. And she, like, that's cool to see somebody still super appreciative. I don't know for sure if humble's the right word. Never met her, never seen her wrestle in person. But she just comes across from like the reaction that fans have, like videos of meeting them kind of deal. Like, there was one, I think it was the Fanatics Fan Fest in New York, where I don't know exactly what the situation is, but young girl backstage got a hug from Rhea Ripley, and Rhea seemed to really appreciate, like, be in that moment for that young fan. And I assume a parent or Guardian took that video, and it's like, man, again, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Rhea Ripley. She's one of my favorites. I just know that there's a lot of people that are a bigger fan of her than I am, but it's like stuff like that make me really appreciative that she's around in WWE, kind of giving that, how do I put this? I mean this in a good way. She's kind of like this generation's version of what Beth Phoenix was to myself. And what I mean by that, no disrespect to any other women in WWE on the main roster in the late 2000s, early 2010s, but Beth Phoenix was muscular, she was tall, she was blonde. I'm not saying that I was muscular when I was 15, 16, 17 years old from 09 to 2011, but seeing somebody like Beth Phoenix back then was super cool for a female wrestling fan at that time. I assume Rhea Ripley has that same effect to a certain degree for fans nowadays. You don't have to be skinny, you don't have to be short to succeed. You can be covered in tattoos, you can be I don't know what the right wording is, but you can be yourself even if that's not the stereotypical what WWE has kind of deal. And yeah, I think that she does nothing but outside looking in, being positive for the younger female fans that might get into wrestling because they see somebody like Rhea Ripley. And I mean that in the best way absolute possible. Those are my thoughts and opinions. Would love to know what yours are on Rhea Ripley. Let me know down in the comments below. If you make videos, do a video response. Let me know that you did, whatnot. But yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you guys are treating yourself as well as possible, mentally, emotionally, and physically.